Now let's learn section 3. It is divided into motifs and the outer edging. The motifs are further divided into motif 1, motif 2, and motif 3. In the last round of the motif, you need to crochet while joining at the corresponding position. There is no specific requirement for the joining sequence. You can follow the crochet sequence of the motifs, or after learning the method, you can join according to your own habit. Connect the sample here in the crochet sequence of motif 1, motif 2 to motif 3. Let's start with motif 1. It has two corners like this. There are two color schemes. Both use the magic ring method to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. You will need to switch colors during the process. In the last round, you need to crochet while joining to the corresponding position of the last round of section 2. A lot of new stitch techniques are used. All markings are on the chart. I won't list them all here. Please watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a magic ring. After that, begin the first round. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chains. Then crochet 11 double crochets into the magic ring loop. After that, close the magic ring. And finish with a slip stitch at the top of the beginning chain. The first round is complete. We'll consider the side with the clearer texture as the right side. Continue crocheting the second round. Skip the first 2 stitches. On the front loop of the third double crochet from the left. Work 1 double crochet. One chain stitch. Then pick up the entire double crochet and work 1/2 double crochet. Here, you can weave in the yarn tail at the same time. 3 double crochets. And 1/2 double crochet. Move slightly to the right here. Try not to cover the insertion position. We can consider the crocheted stitches as a small petal. Now, we need to carry the yarn across. Stretch the loop. Pass the ball of yarn or fabric through the loop. Tighten it. This way, the loop becomes a single strand of yarn. Trim the yarn tail that hasn't been woven in yet. At the insertion position of the first small petal. For this stitch on the right side, pick up the front loop from behind to join the yarn. Pay attention to keeping the carried yarn close to the fabric. Then, crochet another small petal. Skip 2 stitches starting from the joining position first. Work 1 double crochet into the front loop of this stitch. Here, because of the staggered petals, the stitches might not be clearly visible. You can also find the insertion position of the previous small petal. Insert on the second stitch from the left. Then work 1 chain stitch. Pick up and work 1/2 double crochet into the double crochet stitch. 3 double crochets. And 1/2 double crochet. The second small petal is completed. I'll demonstrate another small petal. Start by carrying the yarn. Behind the insertion point of the previous small petal. Join the yarn in the front loop of the stitch on the right side. Locate the insertion position of the previous petal in the front loop of the second stitch from the left. Work 1 small petal. The third small petal is completed. Continue working the remaining small petals using this method. For the last petal, be mindful to join in front of the first petal. Picking up the front loop of the stitch on the left side of the beginning chain for insertion and work. After completing it, slip stitch into the insertion point. Pull tight and fasten off the yarn. Tie the yarn tail on the back side of the petal. The second round is complete. Continue to the third round. At the slip stitch join spot from the previous round, which is the double crochet on the left of the beginning chain. Join the yarn on its corresponding back loop. The stitches from the previous round are pressed forward. So be mindful to find the correct position. This is the beginning chain. The small horizontal bar corresponding to the double crochet to the left of it. You can see this circle of small horizontal bars on the wrong side of the fabric. Work 1 treble crochet on the small horizontal bar, separated by an interval of 2 stitches on the left side. Yarn over twice. Skip 2 stitches. Find this small horizontal bar. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. Treble crochet is complete. Chain 1. Pick up the treble crochet and work 1/2 double crochet. You can weave in the ends together. Five double crochets. And 1/2 double crochet. We will treat this set of stitches as one large petal. Now, we carry the yarn across. Insert the hook into the previous large petal. Attach the yarn on the small horizontal bar on the right side. Pay attention to inserting the hook from behind. Work another large petal. Start at the insertion position of the previous large petal. Work 1 treble crochet on the second horizontal bar from the left. Pay attention to finding the correct position of the small horizontal bar. Do not work into the position of the previous round. Yarn over twice. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. Treble crochet completed. Chain 1. Pick up the top of the treble crochet and work 1/2 double crochet. 5 double crochets. And 1/2 double crochet. The second large petal is completed. Then continue with the same method. Complete the remaining large petals. Mindful that for the second to last large petal, insert the hook into the turning chain. Pick up the strand above the back of the turning chain and crochet as usual. For the last large petal, start from the front of the first large petal. Insert the hook into the small horizontal bar that is skipped. Finally, slip stitch at the insertion point of the treble crochet. Cut the yarn and weave in ends. The third round is complete. Now move on to the fourth round. At the last large petal of the previous round, if you're unsure about the position, locate the beginning chain. Find the corresponding large petal. Pick up the 2 strands below and behind the last double crochet to join the yarn. Chain 3. Next, on the left side of the large petal, pick up 2 strands below and behind the first double crochet. Work 1 slip stitch. No need to pull tight. Continue with 3 chain stitches. At the last double crochet of the current large petal, slip stitch below and behind it. Chain 3. Slip stitch by picking up 2 strands below and behind the beginning and ending double crochets of the large petal. Chain 3 as a transition. Finish crocheting this round. Finally, work 1 slip stitch at the joining position. The fourth round is completed. Continue with the fifth round. In the chain space on the left side, work 1 slip stitch for the transition. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same hole. Work 3 double crochets in the next chain space. Chain 2. And 3 double crochets. Then follow the stitch pattern of these 2 holes. Finish crocheting this round. Finally, work 1 slip stitch at the starting single crochet, and fasten off the yarn. The fifth round is completed. Next, work the sixth round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Chain 2. Work 1 double crochet in the same position. Chain 2. Then work 1 DC2 bobble stitch in the same position. Start with 2 incomplete double crochets. Finally, yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook once. The DC2 bobble stitch is now completed. We'll refer to this as the bobble stitch from now on. Continue with 2 chain stitches. Work another bobble stitch in the same position. Chain 3. Work 3 bobble stitches on the next single crochet. Use 2 chain stitches as a transition. After completing, consider the stitches worked in the chain space as one bobble stitch pattern set. Continue working corresponding bobble stitch patterns on the single crochets. Use 3 chain stitches as a transition between them. Complete this round. Finally, slip stitch into the starting double crochet stitch, and fasten off the yarn. Round 6 is now completed. Next, work on round 7. Join the yarn in the chain space on the left side of the previous round's yarn tail. Work 3 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet into the bobble stitch on the left side. Work 3 single crochets in the next chain space. Chain 5. Continue onto the next bobble stitch pattern. Work 7 single crochets. Follow the same method as the starting position. Continue with 5 chain stitches. Repeat this process to complete this round. Finally, join with a slip stitch, and fasten off the yarn. Round 7 is now completed. Move on to the 8th round. On the right side of the yarn tail, join the yarn in the chain space from the 5th round. Pick up the top 3 circle chain braids. Work 3 chains. Work 2 double crochets in the same chain space. Pay attention to wrapping the chain braid. Then on the single crochet, where the previous round began, work 1 back post half double crochet, yarn over, draw through the single crochet stitch from behind. Note that this is the position of the beginning chain. Make sure not to insert in the wrong place. Insert on the left stitch. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through. The back post half double crochet is completed. Continue with another back post half double crochet. Yarn over. Pull through the second single crochet stitch from the back. Insert into the left stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through all loops. The back post half double crochet is completed. Continue to correspondingly make 5 back post half double crochets. For the last one, simply insert into the chain space. After completion, at the 5th round on the left side, find the chain space. Pick up the top chain braid. Crochet 3 double crochets. Make 2 chains. We will consider the stitches we've already crocheted as one group. Continue to make another group. First, crochet 3 double crochets in the same space. Correspondingly make 7 back post half double crochets on the single crochet. Next space, pick up 3 rounds of chain braid, and crochet 3 double crochets. Make 2 chains. The second group is completed. Continue to finish the remaining sections. Finally, join with a slip stitch on the beginning chain, and fasten off the yarn. The 8th round is completed. Now let's move on to the 9th round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side of the yarn tail from the previous round. Chain 2 as a beginning chain. Crochet 1 back post half double crochet on the left side starting chain. Here, you can pick up the beginning chain from right to left behind and crochet accordingly. Place all yarn tails at the back. Finally, hide them properly. Continue to correspondingly make 6 back post half double crochets. Pay attention, do not insert into any stitches here, directly pick up and crochet the corresponding stitches. This texture will form on the surface. After completing, work 1 back post double crochet, yarn over, from the right to the left at the back. Pick up the back post half double crochet on the left side. Crochet 1 double crochet. The back post double crochet is done. Continue picking up the corresponding stitches. Correspondingly make 5 back post double crochets. After completing, crochet 2 double crochets into the chain space. We will consider the stitches we have already crocheted as one diagonal edge of this round. Then crochet 2 chains. For the corner, continue with the next diagonal edge. First, crochet 2 double crochets in the same space. Then correspondingly make 6 back post double crochets. Seven back post half double crochets. Crochet 1 half double crochet into the chain space. The diagonal edge is completed. The 2 diagonal edges are symmetrical. Continue with the corner. For the next side, first make 1 single crochet into the chain space. Then make 1 back post single crochet on the double crochet stitch. From the back, pick up the double crochet from right to left. Crochet 1 single crochet. The back post single crochet is completed. Continue with 1 more back post single crochet on the left double crochet stitch. From the back, pick up the double crochet from right to left. Crochet 1 single crochet. You can also slightly enlarge the loop here. The back post single crochet is completed. Below, continue to make corresponding back post single crochets. After completing, make 1 single crochet into the chain space. We will treat this side as a regular edge. Hook the remaining sides using this regular edge technique. Continue and refer to the pattern to complete this round. Finally, join with a slip stitch on the beginning chain, and fasten off the yarn. The 9th round is complete. You can take a measurement now of the distance between these two regular edges. Compare it with the dimensions given in the chart. If there's a significant difference, you'll need to adjust your tension and recrochet the last few rounds to avoid having the piece not fit well when joining with section 2. Lastly, crochet the 10th round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side of the yarn tail from the previous round. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet in the same space. Chain 1. Continue and make 1 leaf, skipping 3 stitches. The beginning chain also counts as 1 stitch. Crochet 1 chain. Below, skip 3 stitches and make 1 leaf. Chain 1 as a transition between them. After completing, chain 1. There are a total of 3 leaves here. Work 1 double crochet on the ending stitch. Work 2 treble crochets in the corner space on the left side. We will consider the already crocheted stitches as 1 diagonal edge. Continue with 3 chain stitches for the corner. Crochet the next diagonal edge below. The method is symmetrical to the previous diagonal edge. After completing 2 double crochets in the last chain space, the second diagonal edge is finished. We will call this motif 1, which serves as motif 1 for the upper left corner of the short side. It will need to be connected later. Start by connecting at the corner position. Crochet 1 chain stitch first. Remove the crochet hook. Take out section 2 with the right side facing up. Here, I will demonstrate with a sample swatch. Find the middle stitch of the 5 single crochets worked at the left corner of the short side. On the sample, only 3 stitches are worked in the same position. Please note that the actual project should be followed. Draw the yarn through the loop. Then crochet 2 more chain stitches. This completes the connection at the corner position. Next, move on to the edge for crocheting and connecting. Crochet 2 double crochets into the chain space. Connect at the next chain stitch position. Remove the crochet hook. In section 2, crochet loops with an interval of 1 stitch. Then complete the chain stitches. All the connections at the back edge positions are at the chain stitch positions. Hook out loops from the corresponding position in section 2, complete with a slip stitch for the connection. Return to the current motif. Skip 3 stitches and crochet 1 leaf. On section 2, skip 3 stitches for the connection. Return to the current motif. Skip 3 stitches and crochet 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. Continue connecting on section 2 by skipping 3 stitches. Keep skipping 3 stitches and crocheting 1 leaf. Connect by skipping 3 stitches. Return to the motif's hole and crochet 2 double crochets. Finish the edge. And connect it 4 times. Join at the position of the back edge. You can follow this method. Connect with the corresponding position. Pay attention to the intervals between connections, especially the beginning and ending positions. Refer to the chart for guidance. Continue connecting at the corner position. Start with 1 chain stitch. On section 2, connect by skipping 2 stitches. Then complete 2 chain stitches. The corner position is now connected. All the connections at the corner positions behind are. Before crocheting the second chain stitch, pull the yarn loop through the corresponding position, then finish the chain stitch. Below, work the edge using the technique for the third side. At the corner position, continue with 3 chain stitches. Finish this round. End with a slip stitch and break the yarn. This way, the first motif 1 on the short side is crocheted and connected. Next, I'll demonstrate how to connect another motif 1 at the corner. Specifically, the last motif 1 on this long side. The technique for the first 9 rounds is the same as before. Pay attention to the different color schemes. The color choices on the sample swatch are not for reference. For the last round, connect at the first diagonal edge position and the regular edge position on the right side. Join the yarn first. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Work 1 double crochet in the same position. Then connect to the second diagonal edge of the previous motif 1. This is the edge corresponding to the corner. At the position of 1 chain stitch, connect it to the corresponding 1 chain space of the motif 1 behind. The method is the same as before. Continue to crochet 1 leaf. Then connect. Connect at the position of 1 chain stitch using this method. Finish crocheting this diagonal edge. After completing the last 2 treble crochets, the diagonal edge is complete, and it's connected properly. Use this method for connecting the remaining diagonal edges. Continue to connect the corner. Start with 1 chain stitch. Connect it to the corresponding corner of the motif behind. Continue to finish 2 chain stitches. The corner position connection is completed. For connecting the corner positions of the motifs behind, you can proceed using this method. Continue with regular crocheting. Keep crocheting all the way to the second to last edge. When you reach the corresponding position, the corner below needs to be connected to section 2. Start by crocheting the chain stitches. Refer to the chart, and begin with a single crochet already connected at the corner. Count to the single crochet stitch, where you need to connect. Connect using the previous method. Then crochet and connect the edge position. The method is the same as the one used earlier for connecting to section 2. Pay attention that the number of stitches in the interval on section 2 needs to follow the chart. For the last corner position, connect it to the same single crochet stitch that was connected earlier. Finally, join with a slip stitch, and cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. The adjacent two motif ones are connected. The other 3 corners with 3 pairs of motif 1 can be connected using the same method. Start by connecting the one on the right, then connect the one on the left. You can also connect them in your preferred order. For the final arrangement, match up the 2 diagonal edges so that the 2 diagonal edges form a corner like this. Pay attention when connecting at the corner position, as there is only 1 stitch apart between connection points of one motif. The other has an interval of 2 stitches. Make sure to refer to the chart for adjustments. That concludes the explanation for motif 1. Next, we'll learn about motif 2. Start with the magic ring method. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The first 8 rounds are identical to the corresponding rounds of motif 1. The crochet technique for the last 2 rounds is identical to the normal crocheting method for the sides and corners of motif 1. Specifically, work all single crochets and back post single crochets in round 9. In the final round, the middle 3 stitches of each edge are half double crochets. The beginning and ending of each edge have 2 double crochets. Just refer to the chart for your crochet work, the sides and corners to be joined in the last round. Everyone can refer to the chart, or determine based on your preference, mindful that the color scheme should correspond to the connection diagram. Next, I'll demonstrate how to connect the first motif 2 on the short side. Start connecting from the second corner position. Please watch the demonstration. The sample has already completed the second side. Now, crochet the second corner and connect it. This is the corner on the right side of the first motif 1 on the short side. Then continue crocheting one side. At the corner position, you need to connect section 2. Here you need to refer to the chart to count to the corresponding position. Continue connecting the edge positions. The method is identical to before. Finally, connect the corner. Crocheting in rounds behind, no connection needed. End with a slip stitch, and fasten off the yarn. This completes crocheting and connecting motif 2. Continue connecting the remaining motif 2s to the right. Pay attention to alternate color schemes. When connecting, don't forget to join the corner on the right side. When connecting underneath to section 2, make sure to count the intervals between stitches carefully. Mind the last motif 2 on the short side. The corner that connects to motif 1 also needs to be joined. Everyone, please don't connect incorrectly. The connecting method for motif 2 on the other sides is the same. Everyone, refer to the chart and complete it. That concludes the explanation of motif 2. Next, let's learn about motif 3. There are several of them. Use the chain ring method to start. Crochet counterclockwise. You will need to switch colors during the process. The final round requires joining. The new stitch used is the CH3SL picket. Let me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start by casting on. Crochet 4 chain stitches. Then fold it in half. Join with a slip stitch in the outer half loop of the first chain stitch. The cast on is now complete. Continue with the first round. Single crochet 9 stitches into the starting ring. Gather the yarn tail together as you go. Then slip stitch into the first single crochet and fasten off. The first round is complete. We will continue with the side that has a clearer texture as the right side. Move on to crochet round 2. Join yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Crochet 2 chain stitches. Work 2 double crochets into the same stitch. A CH3SL picket. First, crochet 3 chain stitches. Then pick up the front loop of the stitch below. And 1 strand of yarn from below. Work 1 slip stitch. Gently tighten. The CH3SL picket is completed. We'll refer to this as the picket stitch from now on. Continue with 2 double crochets in the next left stitch below. 2 chain stitches, and 1 slip stitch. Crochet 1 more chain stitch. Skip 1 stitch and work 1 slip stitch. Tighten. We'll consider the crocheted stitches as one group. Continue and make another group. Start with 2 chain stitches. Work 2 double crochets in the same position below. One picket stitch. Begin with 3 chain stitches. Pick up the front loop of the stitch below and 1 thread underneath. Work 1 slip stitch. The picket stitch is complete. Work 2 double crochets on the left single crochet stitch. 2 chain stitches. 1 slip stitch. 1 chain stitch. Skip 1 slip stitch. The second group is complete. Continue and make another group. Work the last slip stitch at the joining point where you started. Cut the yarn. The second round is complete. Now, work on the third round. Join the yarn in the picket stitch hole, on the left side of the yarn tail from the previous round. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. 2 chain stitches. Work 1 double crochet in the 1 chain space on the left. Two chain stitches. And 1 double crochet. Continue with 2 chain stitches. Work 1 single crochet in the picket stitch hole on the left. 2 chain stitches. We will consider the crocheted stitches as one group. Continue with another group. Note that in this group, there is only 1 chain stitch between double crochets. The last group is identical to the first group. Finish with a slip stitch, and fasten off the yarn. The third round is complete. We will consider the position of the group with only 1 chain stitch between double crochets as the bottom edge. The sides are the long edges. Finally, work the fourth round. Before starting, locate the position where motif 3 needs to be joined. Here, I'll demonstrate the method using the area near section 2 as an example. First, join the yarn in the 2 chain spaces on the right side of the yarn tail from the previous round. Work 2 chains to start. This counts as 1/2 double crochet. Work 1 single crochet in the same space. The next chain position needs to connect with one side of the motif. The method is identical to how motif 1 and motif 2 were connected earlier. Back to the current motif. Work 3 single crochets in the chain space. Continue connecting at the next chain position. Then work 3 single crochets in the chain space between double crochets. Connect at the next chain position. Continue with 3 single crochets in the left chain space. Connect at the next chain position. Continue with 1 single crochet in the left chain space. And 1/2 double crochet. We'll consider the part we've already crocheted as the long side of this round. At each chain position, connect it to the corresponding chain spaces on the edge of the motif. Work 3 chain stitches below to form the corner. Then connect at the position of 1 chain stitch in the middle. Here you need to connect this adjacent single crochet from section 2. Below, start crocheting the second short side. And connect it to section 2. Pay attention to the number of stitches in the interval, refer to the pattern chart. Note that in the 1 chain space between double crochets, you only need to work 1 single crochet. In section 2, the corresponding interval is just 1 stitch. After finishing the edge, continue connecting the corner. After completing, take a look between the connection points here and section 2. There are 2 skipped stitches, 3 skipped stitches, and 1 skipped stitch. The other side is symmetrical. It perfectly fills in the empty spaces. Continue crocheting the remaining long edge, and connect it to the position of this side motif edge. Note that the technique for the long edge is identical to the first edge. In the middle position, there are 3 single crochets. After completing, join the last corner. Note that the motifs on both sides are already connected here. Here, insert into the hole in the middle of the connected chain stitch for joining. Finally, join with a slip stitch on the beginning chain and fasten off. For connecting multiple motifs, make sure the connection points are flat and aesthetically pleasing. This completes the crocheting and connection of one motif 3. Next, I will explain the connection of other motif 3s. For the motif 3 connected above, you only need to connect the long sides on both sides. The short side needs no connection. For the corner between the long edges, insert and connect it to the corresponding position of the motif 3 below. The two corners on top should be connected to the corners of the motifs on the sides. This is different from the motif 3 below. Everyone, remember to refer to the chart and complete the connections. For all other motif 3s that correspond up and down like this, you can connect them using this method. That's all for the explanation of motif 3. Finally, let's learn how to crochet the outside edging. Crochet in rounds around the connected motifs. You'll need to switch colors during the process. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet method. Start with the first round. At the corner on the upper right of the short side. Near the motif 1 on the right. Join the yarn in the hole of this separate corner. Here, I'll demonstrate using a small sample. Since there are fewer motifs, the focus is on demonstrating the technique. Work 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Then pick up the stitch and 1 chain space. Working single crochets correspondingly into each stitch. Just crochet by inserting the hook into the slip stitch position of the beginning chain. When you reach the connecting corner position, work 1 single crochet in the hole on this side. At the connection point, pick up approximately the position and work 1 single crochet. Then work 1 single crochet inside the next corner. On the other side, pick up stitches and 1 chain space, then work corresponding single crochets. Work 2 single crochets in the corner position alone. For the next side, continue working according to the previous method. At the connecting corner position, work 1 single crochet separately. later on the edges of motif 3 and motif 2. Work following the same method. Take a look. This round work single crochets correspondingly along the edges of the motifs. Work 2 single crochets in the isolated corner position of motif 1. At the middle connection of motif 1, work 1 additional single crochet. For other corner connections, work 1 single crochet each. Follow this method and refer to the chart to complete this round. After finishing everything, end with a slip stitch. The first round is complete. For the second round, continue referring to the chart and work the corresponding stitches. Pay attention, here you pick up all stitches for crocheting. The following technique is almost similar to section 1's overall edging. There are just differences at the corners. Everyone, refer to the chart to complete it. That concludes the explanation of the outer edging. Section 3 is also explained. Finally, sew on the zipper. Here I will demonstrate with a sample. Sew the zipper between the overall edging of section 1 and the first round of section 2. First, cut a longer piece of sewing thread. Thread the sewing needle. Tie a knot at the end of the thread. Set it aside for later use. Before we sew, let's take a look at the structure of the zipper. In the closed state, the end with the zipper head is the top stop position. The other end is the bottom stop position. The two sides are tapes. There are chain on these tapes. The side where you can't see the chain is the right side of the zipper. Open the zipper first. Cut off the excess part below. Leave a bit of distance. You can burn the edges a little. Place the bottom stop of the zipper at the seam where the motifs are sewn together. It should correspond to the overall edging below. The zipper head should be on top. Make sure it's not upside down. Sew and secure it to the first round of section 2. Sew a few times to secure it properly. Tie a knot and cut the thread. After securing the bottom stop, align the zipper chain with the first round of section 2. Place it in the middle of the fabric piece. The teeth should extend slightly beyond the stitch position of the first round. You can use a sewing thread to roughly secure it. Make sure the chain sticks closely to the fabric. Pay attention to keeping the corners flat. Be sure not to pull it too tight here. Try to make it as smooth and rounded as possible. Continue securing it up to the corresponding position on the other side seam. You can fold it slightly here. Cut the yarn. Secure the other side of the chain symmetrically, to ensure the zipper aligns evenly on both sides. Align the end of the chain. Be mindful not to twist the other side. Slightly secure both ends at the same position. Then, evenly secure the chain. If the chain is too short at the end, or there's excess part, remember to adjust it. Check if both sides are evenly distributed when securing. Everyone complete it. After securing everything, you can also fold the blanket entirely. Try pulling the zipper. There's no specific requirement for folding here. In the end, fold everything into section 1, as long as it looks flat and neat. The final result will look like this. If there are any unattractive areas, you can re-secure the yarn. After confirming that the position fits properly, cut off the excess part of the zipper. You can burn the edge a little. Now, securely fix the end here. Remove the thread that was casually secured before. Trim any areas that aren't neat enough. Below, we'll officially start sewing. Take the yarn as before. Follow about 3 mm below the teeth of the zipper. Sew it to the stitch position of the first round in section 2. Try to sew as tightly as possible. The tape of the zipper at the corner can be folded a bit. For better aesthetics. Also beautify the tape of the zipper at the ending part. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. After completion, you can remove the securing thread here. Everyone, complete this part. Then sew the other side using the same method. Everyone, complete it. After the zipper is fully secured, lay out the lace trim for section 1 below. Use sewing thread to secure the second round of the overall edging with the zipper and section 2 together. This will make the edging lie flat. Here, I'll demonstrate with a sample swatch. When sewing, try to fix the upper part of the second round. Avoid leaving obvious seams on the surface. Pay attention not to sew the zipper head inside. This will create the final effect. When you're actually securing it, you can also make the stitches denser. Once the entire round is completed, tie off and weave in the ends. That concludes the explanation of the zipper. Finally, fold the blanket into a cushion shape. Up to this point, the entire blanket has been explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next episode.